The SillyMickel Adzema. This is the 15th Prasad of the Great Reveal, delivered by the Planetmates. Now, we're going into what the Planetmates have provided here for the 15th Prasad. I want to back up and review the 14th Prasad. Paraphrasing the 14th Prasad, they said, the second major way that Divine Providence serves all planet mates is in its being perfect providence, in ways that no one can see ahead of time. We, it's just the planet mates speaking, we are not only taught and guided toward our ultimate life fulfillment by Divine Providence, as we've said, but even our physical forms are most perfectly sustained in following Divine Providence. So both our existential and physical needs are most perfectly provided by following Divine Providence. Now, regarding the physical needs for food, water, shelter, and so on are more perfectly provided by nature in ways that are most beneficial to the health of both our minds and bodies. So when you separated from the divine, even defied divine assistance, when you decided it would be you who would control your diet, now this is the Planetmates speaking to humans, our species. When you decided it would be you who would control your diet, you dismissed divinity's perfect banquet. Perfect in the sense of its effects on your primary purposes of being alive, not just existing. Yet before you wrested control of what you would eat, and you still let nature lead you in your diet, your kind lived much longer lives. It is for this reason that you have myths of very early ancestors living to ages of up to 1,000 years, which was indeed possible, but for reasons that will be clear later, not particularly desirable. But when you determined your much less diverse and unhealthy diet, you created diseases you never had before. Your life expectancy rapidly diminished. You would often choose foods that would please the palate and not necessarily nourish you. Previously, you had a perfect alignment, as we do, between what is desirable and pleasurable and what is most beneficial to our health. But with your increasing split from your own feelings and instincts, your crazed brains sought foods that satisfied imaginary, not real physical desires. So with this insistence on your own ideas for sustenance over the sustenance perfectly provided by nature for your nomadic foraging forebears, you added the suffering of unnecessary physical illnesses and earlier loss of strength and even of physical form itself to your unhappy lot. So that's my paraphrase of the 14th Prasad. This is the 15th Prasad as delivered by the Planetmates. Adding to your creation of new diseases for yourself was, of course, the constant ill-at-ease state that characterizes you because of your early trauma. So the result of your decisions to separate from Divine Providence and seek to control your fates was the creation of lives of near unmitigated suffering. To us, you were the suffering Planetmate. And for a long time, despite your cruel ways to both the Flora and Fauna Empires of Planetmates, there was more pity and compassion toward you than any other feeling. In fact, some Planetmates even chose lives as species where they could help and comfort you. Your pets and so-called domesticated animals being prime examples of that, solely out of pure, simple compassion for the unfortunate lots you had created for yourselves. Now, A startling pronouncement there. Paraphrasing this, this is my paraphrase of it. Paraphrasing the 15th Prasad. You not only created new diseases by which you would perhaps unconsciously seek to bring an end to your denied state of unmitigated suffering. These diseases were added to the constant uncomfortable, miserable state, poisoned with your early birth trauma as it was. So you created lives of fundamental suffering in your attempt to better your fates as set by Divine Providence and within the flows of a divinely ordained nature. We saw you as a suffering planetmate and pitied you. This was in spite of the cruelty that you perpetrated increasingly upon the Flora and Fauna Empires of consciousness, your fellow planetmates. Indeed, rather than anger, your planetmates felt more feelings of pity and compassion toward your species than any other feeling. Your unhappy lots were of your own choosing, it is true, but we understood your crazed brains could not discern easily the way we could. We saw you as sick or emotionally, intellectually deficient. So we did not judge or condemn your actions. In fact, in our compassion, many sought increased spiritual redemption through devoting their lives to aiding you, at least in the relief of your suffering, even though at the cost of many a planetmate's life. So some planetmates chose lives as species where they would be close to and able to help you. Pets, you would call them, or domesticated animals. And this was done solely out of pure, simple compassion for the unfortunate lots you had created for yourselves. Okay, that's my paraphrase of the 15th Prasad. Surprisingly, they're showing themselves to be more evolved beings than we are. They're saying that they are, that they sacrificed their lives trying to help us and out of their compassion for us. They're saying that they were able to choose lives. They're saying that they didn't see us as being responsible for the bad decisions we made, even when it came to murdering and killing their kind. You might say they were liberals. They probably would have did away with the death penalty if they could vote. So, I can't. How could I improve on that? They come across as a lot more saintly than we are. Well, they claim to be closer to divinity, and that would make sense. I can't add anything to that. This is SillyMickel Adzema. I'm out.